Hi, my name is Princess Usanga. I am a director and writer of Misconnections, and I'm here at Art Access at Arlo Wynwood, and I'm here to support Sophie Wong, who created a painting for my short film, Misconnections, and I'm also here to support one of my lead cast members, Reina Noriega, who made paintings here as well.
Hi, my name is Isabelle. I'm an actor and writer, and I am the lead star of the film Misconnections with Princess, as well as Reina. And we're very excited to be here at Art Access. This is probably my first time at an Art Basel event, and so far I'm having a very fun time sort of getting to know different artists and explore different spaces, so very happy to be here.
And she's doing research for our film Misconnections. She plays an artist named Isabelle. And Sophie Wong, she did a painting of Isabelle. It's supposed to be a self-portrait for the film, which Sophie Wong created for our film. We're very grateful to that. And she has so many other beautiful works over here behind us. So we're really just excited and honored to support our cast members and Sophie as well. For me, I feel connected to emotions behind the painting and colors. That really gravitates me to artwork.
For me, on the surface level, it's always color. What are the certain colors and textures that the artist is using that may be able to tell a story? And I also try to find any sort of historical elements that may give more depth and context to the artwork, if there's any. But to me, always the pop of colors here and there is probably the first thing I go to.
I think art has given me a deeper perspective of other people's struggles and triumphs, and just give me a window into their world about how they feel about the world, how they see about the world, and widen my empathy for the world.
Art gives us the opportunity to engage with different kinds of cultures and people that we wouldn't necessarily know or be in close proximity to. So for me, my first sort of exposure to indigenous cultures or African cultures or European cultures were through film or through art pieces or through music. So I think for me, like Princess said, it's always expanding your understanding of people and the world around you and having empathy for other people as well. I think being born and raised in Miami, Florida, and how that's shaped my perspective of art, in a way, it's always been there, right? I think that for a lot of people, maybe they come from a very homogenous background. Here, it's like a very big culture shock, but for someone who's grown up in this environment, it's very diverse, culturally, ethnically, so on and so forth. You're kind of already exposed from a very young age, the kind of arts that is very expansive and very extensive, whether it be Caribbean art, whether it be specifically Haitian art or Cuban art, or even like Russian art, Swedish art, from the museums that you go around. I think being born and raised here, the privilege is you're kind of exposed to that very early on. So art that's different isn't too much of a shock, let's say, for someone maybe from rural Arkansas who maybe never seen Haitian art or Cuban art before. So I think that's the privilege of living in Miami.
Originally born in Queens, New York, but I came down here in 5th grade to Miami. And I think that even influenced my work as an artist, like shifting the Caribbean-centric eye, as Isabella was saying, Haitian art, Cuban art, and just Caribbean culture in general, and the warmth and colors. I think being down here, it's very Caribbean-centric, and that's definitely a big influence that I see.
I think the big misunderstanding with Miami's local art community is that, for Miami, it's all glitz and glamour, and you hear the multi-million-dollar art pieces and multi-million-dollar people that come down here, but a lot of times people forget to engage with the true local artists that are creating work and have been creating work all year round. They're not selling murals for $10,000, $12,000. They're really here connecting through cultural arts programming, having free workshops, having free sort of community gatherings. That is the beauty of local artists in Miami, where they are truly getting the community involved and exposing their community to a broader audience. And I think a lot of people forget that. They think it's just like this very big, luxurious, and it can be, and it certainly is. But I think that a lot of what people miss is the local artists that deserve to be highlighted in many ways.
There's a huge local art community, whether it's painters, sculptors, filmmakers such as myself, and other actors, artists. There's a huge local community, and I feel like we're often overlooked. When you go to Art Basel, you see all this glitz and glamour, and they don't really, a lot of people don't, it's not synonymous with local artists. They think of big artists that show their art from, around the world, international artists, but it's kind of overlooking the community, and there's a lot of parties. But we should go to parties, but you gotta definitely take a look at the local community, local artists, support their work, and really try to engage with them and support. It's hard out here being an indie artist, and we really need your support. I think a lot of people forget to engage with local artists. Women's empowerment in the arts means giving women opportunities to showcase their work, just having a seat at the table, and whether it's showing up or giving grants or making programs that give us a seat at the table, I think that's really important. It's something that just shows our true voices, our honest voices, not something highly curated that kind of muffles what the messages that we're trying to say, how we feel.
When it comes to being a woman, especially like a woman of color, a lot of times you don't really see yourself in art pieces, whether it be in films, whether it be in books, stories, etc. So being able to see yourself and support artists that look like you in a space like this is so important. It really helps to expand art depictions within the art world, as well as, like Princess said, giving grants, giving opportunities, giving local artists more exposure. I mean, that to me is super important as a Black and Hispanic woman. To be able to support someone like Reina, who is also a Black and Hispanic woman, who is really doing so much for our community and expanding our voice within these spaces that are typically not built with us in mind. So I think it's imperative, and I think it's very paramount to see the beauty and the talent of women in their work. So this is very special for us.
And also what Isabelle was talking about, intersectional woman. I feel like a lot of it can just be just certain type of women, but you can be a woman of color, you can be a woman with a disability, you could be Caribbean, you can, there's so many different things. I fall into all of those 3 categories, and I often don't see myself represented as a woman in those intersectional spaces. So I think also, really embracing intersectional women is very important. For me, art helps me process difficult times. For this film example, Misconnections, we're doing a proof of concept short to expand into a feature film, and it shows my struggle as an artist trying to make it. I put that in there, and being an artist with an invisible disability, those struggles, I really just poured myself into the script, and it's just a lot of sadness, there's a lot of hope, and I just poured it into the script to the point that if someone talks about Isabelle's character, I'm gonna feel insulted, because it's like literally me. Like, I poured all my vulnerability into it. So it's very cathartic, but it's also kind of scary, because it's like you're putting yourself out there. But people say the most beautiful art comes from your vulnerability, your experiences, and I truly believe that, but it feels really good, but it's very scary at the same time.
When things get very difficult for us, we don't turn to STEM, we don't turn to finance, we turn to art, right? We turn to films, we turn to books, we turn to paintings, everything that can kind of make us feel a bit more like we are here, and a bit more calm, and a bit more seen, and a bit more visible. And I think that with art, it has that power through very different mediums, whether it be film or be stories, to really allow us to connect with ourselves and connect with other people in a way that something else may not be able to. So I think with art, art has always been my escapism. Growing up, I've always turned to books, and I always turned to film in order to get to know myself better, as well as to feel comfortable in my own skin. So for me, art is just paramount to everything, and it's something that has allowed me to feel not only that I belong somewhere, but also explore myself and promote myself in a way that something else can't. So I think that art is just special for both of us. It's everything that we do. So we're very passionate about
everything she said. Thank you so much for having us at Art Access. Looking forward to just exploring more art, and I'm just so happy to see my fellow friends and artists thrive and be featured here at Arlo Wynwood. It's beautiful.
What she said.